I wonder if there's anybody in this house that might like this. Wonder if there's anybody in this house that might like it. How do you know that's for you? Are you sure that's for you? Now he's going to jump onto the floor. You watch. He gets it and he jumps to the floor. Nope. Jock, can I have a little bite of that? Can I have some too? Well, it's a little bit of a dreary day out here at the park, but you know we have to come. I mean, there's not a sun ray to be seen. But I want to talk to you guys about a few things. So, of course, I noticed that because Chris Paul's in my video from yesterday, it's getting like very few hits. I've realized that I do not have a sports crowd. But you guys should watch that video anyway because it's not all about him. There's actually a lot of cool stuff in there and a lot of cool LA history about the Grove and the farmers market. Which brings me to another thing. I've noticed that when I put an actual description in the title of what the video is about, I get like half or a third of the views that I get when I clickbait somebody. When I just put like a random title that has nothing to do with anything, I tend to get way more views. So I'm going to try an experiment. Next week, all week, I'm not putting anything in the title that has to do with the video. You're going to have to watch the video to see what it's about. I just want to try it. I just want to see if I get more views that way. Also, I know I said I was going to go to the Leonard Cohen tribute thing, but what happened was when I came home from the Chris Paul event, I looked up the address so I could find out exactly what train stop I was going to have to get off at to get down there, and one of the things that I saw it said was that it was going to be no musical performances. What it was there's like an area down there with a lot of like restaurants and stuff. They were just going to play 5 hours worth of his music on like the overhead speakers, and you could have wine and eat down at the restaurants down there. I can do that at home, so I wasn't going to go for that. So that was the other thing. And then the third thing is I'm looking into new cameras. I just want to experiment, and there's just some vlogs I can't do with the phone camera because of how much, you know, when I catch sun rays or when I'm in a lot of darkness, things just wash out. So I've looked into some cameras. I found like 3 of them that look like pretty good options for my price range. One of them, it will work, but it's not my preferred choice. It's just $100 cheaper than the others. But the other 2 are right around the same price. They're about $200 to $230. One of them I need to buy a wide angle lens to make it work for selfies and stuff. But they both have really fantastic reviews where people said they used them in the dark, and things that you couldn't see with your regular eyes, you could actually see on the camera. What's kind of deciding what I get, and what I'm looking at is the Canon S110. Somebody recommended the 120, but they don't make it anymore. The 110 is like another version of that. So it would either be that, which the plus side to that is that it's like a pocket camera. So that's kind of what you want for vlogging, something that you can pull out and take footage really quickly and not have to like start it up, or something that's not big and bulky or whatever. And then the other one is more of like your classic type camcorder, and it's bigger. It gets great picture, and I would actually have a screen that flipped around that I could see myself. The other camera I can't. But they're both basically right now, because of holiday sales, they're about $200 to $230 for what I would need. Usually I think they're about $300 both. But like I said, it would allow me to go do like the Manson Ranch in the proper way. Like there's some places like going hiking and things in Joshua Tree that using this kind of camera is just not going to work well for. And so I've been saving some of those vlogs for when I have a better camera. And I'm also trying to figure out a way to do it without getting a laptop. If I did get a laptop to edit on with an external camera, see, right now I do everything on my phone. I film on my phone, I edit on my phone. That's what I'd like to keep doing. What I'd really like to do is be able to run the camera straight into my phone and dump the footage there. I guess I could use Dropbox or something, but then I still have to have some sort of way of getting it from my camera to a computer, and none of my computers can really handle that. So my thought was getting a refurbished, like $200 laptop that I only use for editing and for footage and stuff. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, and yeah, we'll see where the day takes us. I don't really have a plan of anything to do, and that would also get rid of all this like jouncing around. The other cameras are a little bit more stable. I have to get an oil change in about an hour, so we're gonna play at the park, and then I'm gonna go get an oil change in Burbank, and maybe vlog something over there. If any of you know anything about cameras and like to help weigh in, or you're vloggers or anything on the cameras that I'm looking into, the three cameras that I'm looking at are, well, the lesser of the three, it's kind of the cheaper of the three, is the Canon ELPH EL-PH 300 12.1. And then the other two that I'm looking at are the Canon S110 and the Canon Vixia 700. R700, something like that. Canon Vixia R700. If you know anything about those three, mainly, like I said, the last two, the 110 and the 700, those are more my preference, but the drawbacks and the plus sides are, one is smaller and more compact, can fit in my pocket, but it won't have a screen facing me to see where I'm at, but it also has an automatic wide lens. Or I get the other camera, it's a little bit bigger, has more features. It will have a screen that I can flip around, but I can't fit this camera in my pocket, and I would have to buy an additional widescreen lens. So if you know anything about that, let me know what you think. This place is called Porto's. It's a really famous Cuban deli. Actually more of a bakery, but you can get sandwiches and people always go there and eat, and it's pretty famous. So I figured out what we're gonna do today, guys. On my drive over here, as I was getting on the freeway, there was a guy holding a gigantic sign, and the sign was a big picture of Doris Roberts' face. It was a big picture of Doris Roberts' face. She played Ellen Griswold's mom in Christmas Vacation, and she was also on Everybody Loves Raymond. And the sign said estate sale today, and it's kind of over my neighborhood. So when we get done with the oil change, good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, that's a little shout out to Adam. We're gonna head over and we're gonna go take a look at Doris Roberts' estate sale. And the reason I'm coming over here is because, well, for one, my oil change is happening right now, and I knew a block away they have Rocket Fizz. Rocket Fizz is the like candy store that I would try to take you guys into when I went to Pasadena that day and got Buca de Beppo, but they'd closed it down, so they have one here. We're gonna go inside and check out this old-time candy store. And the guys who own it are really good friends with Roddy Piper. They ended up making a Roddy Piper soda, and one of the owners actually came to basically be like Roddy's brother. They would talk on the phone every day for hours, and when we had Roddy's memorial at the Comedy Store, he actually brought cases and cases of the Roddy Piper soda and said a really moving speech. So let's go check it out. Lots and lots of vintage clothing stores and studio stores. Studio stores are like, they sell clothes that were worn in TV shows and movies and stuff at kind of a discount price. So now I just gotta figure out how to get crossed over here. If you're looking for things to do in Burbank, here you go. Other than breaking the sign. Last Friday of the month, ladies. Food trucks. See, this is kind of what I'm talking about. Kind of like a thrift store slash studio store. And all kinds of weird stuff in here. So this little studio store, she has like some designer stuff upstairs, which is pretty cool. And she let me come up and look around, and I found like this really cool pair of shoes. And she said everything up here is 70% off. Maybe I can get a good deal on them. They've been worn before, but they're I liked them right away when I saw them, and then I noticed that they're Air Jordans, and I've never seen these kind before. So let me go see what I can negotiate with her. Well, I did it. When I took the shoes downstairs, I showed the guy. He said they'd only been worn once for a movie, and we went upstairs, found the box. The box said 150 bucks. He said, I'll sell them to you for 20. So I just got some Air Jordans for 20 bucks. here it is. This place is heaven. Looks like they're playing music. Oh, look at that. Isn't that so cool? This is definitely one of my favorite places. I think everybody should come into a Rocket Fizz. They have them kind of all over the world now, but it's great. The owner was actually on an episode of Undercover Boss, and he was really cool. He ended up changing a lot of people's lives after he did it for the better. Oh, so cool. So cool. And out of respect, I always buy one of Roddy's sodas when I come in here. As long as they have one. I'm not seeing it right here. Oh, there it is. They have one cold right there. We're gonna get him. This is like, since I'm gonna be going on that juice cleanse, I'm not gonna be able to have any of this stuff pretty soon, so maybe I'll spoil myself on like one or two little things, because they have, I always love cow tails, I always like Chico sticks, and they always have that kind of stuff here. I wish they had anything other than a banana moon pie, because banana is the only flavor I don't like. But yeah, I'm gonna get that Roddy soda. Looks like I got the last one. You can literally find just about anything nostalgic in here that you would ever want. Okay, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Strawberry caramels? Okay, I'm gonna get a couple of caramel creams, definitely a Chico stick. Now we'll see. Well, I got a few pieces of candy, $20 pair of Air Jordans. I'm gonna go, and a Roddy Piper soda. Go pick up my car. We're gonna go head to Doris Roberts' estate sale. And you know, it's funny, the people that sold me these shoes have a friend who is business partners with her, so they were curious to see what's up there. They asked me to come back like next week sometime. Oh great, I gotta drive into this. There's the estate sale sign, so it's up here in this mess somewhere. Oh. Actually, where this sale is, my friend Dean Del Rey used to live up here, and so did Stevie Nicks. The house that they made her documentary in, with that crazy front living room where she did all of her vocal booth stuff, is up here. I just forget what the address is. Maybe I can find it. I'll check that out. Oh, we're getting close. My goodness. My goodness. Well, it must be over here. Everybody's parked here. Matlock. So cool. Look at all the great stuff that they're selling. Her awards and all kinds of stuff. Signed photos and signed memorabilia from different productions she's in. So cool. Tons of scripts and stuff here. I'll look there and see if I can see a Christmas Vacation. Yeah, they were cool. They let me film. So cool. We have a different room with all of her clothing and stuff. I'm going to take a look at that. Pretty neat. She had some great stuff. Kind of funny is a lot of her clothes look like Shelley's clothes. Here's her bathroom. Emmy Award blouse. The price tags. Pretty cool. A lot like Shelley's stuff. Here was her bar. We're in the back patio area. Oh, there's more stuff in here. Tons of stuff in here.
He is sent out to the county people who are going to go.
Wow.
Can't go wrong. How about $8? You're gonna go.
2, 4, 6.
Yes. How about $10 to the penny? All right. So you got. This is gonna be 18.
Oh. This is the first day of the sale, they said. Go back in here. Just looking through all these playbills of hers. There's like a lot of Sid Caesar. But one of them that I stumbled upon that I have to get is one of Shelley, Under the Weather. Here was her house if you guys ever wanted to know. It's amazing all the things they had. They had scripts from Remington Steele, her script from the Little Rascals movie, various TV shows, lots of Hot in Cleveland scripts, stuff like that. Tons and tons of Everybody Loves Raymond stuff. You could get Everybody Loves Raymond cast signed photo for $125 or cast signed scripts. There you go. The estate of Doris Roberts. Great character actress. Actor studio member. We'll show you a little bit more of the front as we get out of here, since I had to park all the way up the hill. It's unbelievably busy here. Actually, not unbelievable, but look at this guy. I actually met her like a month before she died. I worked a catering party, and it was for, I think it was like Democrats for that were raising money for children that were underprivileged to go to film school, if I'm not mistaken. And Jane Fonda was there, and Doris was there. Very nice. I gave her a lot of food that she ate. That's my only contribution to her acting career. And I think she was retired anyway, so. So here's the new shoes. And I don't know if I ever told you guys, the reason that when like the traction wears out on my shoes and I have to get rid of them is, for one, when the ground, like the way that the stuff that they used for the surface of Hollywood Boulevard sidewalks, if it gets wet when the store owners spray it down in the beginning and in the evening, it's super slippery to walk on if you don't have good tread. I fell when I first moved here because of that. And two, my building, something with the carpet or something, if I have shoes that the tread's worn down, every time I touch either the elevator button or any of the doorknobs, including my own or the one that goes outside, I get a massive shock. So buying a $150 pair of shoes for 20 bucks kind of makes sense to me, especially because they're, I put them on, they're pretty comfortable. So this is what they were. And somewhere around here I put the box. Oh, it's behind me. I'll show you guys on the box. It has what the character's name was, and change 1 and change 5 obviously means that they were, character was in more than one scene for the episode or the movie or whatever, and these were the shoes he wore for those. So they're pretty clean, except for the white, just underneath, and like on some of the like the edges and stuff, you can kind of see right there. I'm just gonna clean them real quick. I am so ready to drink this. Here we go. Good stuff. It's bubblegum flavored, but it actually tastes like cotton candy. Pretty good. I wouldn't have liked it if it were like bubblegum. But cotton candy, good stuff. Wow, look at the manor tonight. Woo-hoo. That is nice. Let's even tuck the moon in here. Boom.